on upcoming Sunday, IAGB is hosting its India Day at a totally new venue in heart of city of Boston. Today we have IAGB President Aditi Taylor and Vice President Sanjay to talk to us about this exciting upcoming India Day on Sunday. Aditi, welcome to our studio.
Thank you so much, Upendraji.
Sanjay,
Thank you,
welcome
Upendraji.
again. And it's always nice to chat with IAGB team.
Likewise.
So I think it is very exciting for IAGB to, it's a big change moving from Hatch Cell to heart of the city.
Yeah.
So just tell us about that first, that what motivated you to move to city of Boston, to the City Plaza.
Yeah. I think as the new committee took office last October, and in the spirit of continuous improvement and continuous innovation, we took a step back, probably in December of 2017, to think about, where could we hold India Day going forward. Of course, we've done this at the Hatch Shell. We knew exactly how to do this. But as we evaluated other options throughout the city, one thing we made sure that we absolutely wanted to stay in the city. And then when we looked at alternatives, the Boston City Hall Plaza really came forth as a really phenomenal venue for a variety of different reasons. One, if you really look at the City Hall Plaza, it's bang in the heart of the city. It is open from all ends, so you can either come into it from the Faneuil Hall side or the Haymarket side or the Government Center side. It's not so much of a captive venue like the Hatch Shell was to a certain way, because if you weren't going to be on the Charles, you really didn't need to be at the Hatch Shell as an average, foot-going traffic. That was the other reason, I would say, for moving to the City Hall Plaza, is because as much as this is a celebration of Indian Americans and India Day, we as a community need to do what we can to assimilate into the broader fabric of the community here. Believe it or not, there are about 70,000 documented Indian Americans in the state of Massachusetts.
In the Massachusetts
In the state of
Families.
in the state of Massachusetts. I'm not sure we've seen that many necessarily,
Sure.
but we are an ever-burgeoning society, and this is the most opportune time to celebrate that India pride very proudly in the heart of the city. And we thought there was no other better venue than the City Hall Plaza to do this.
And all of us are that day going to pray to the God of weather to keep us warm.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
We're keeping our fingers crossed. We believe that because everybody's put so much effort into it, that it is going to turn out to be a very nice day.
Excellent. Now, Sanjay, the question for you is from the logistical point of view. At Hatch Shell, there was always problem of parking. Always you hear that, X number of cars were towed away. How the parking is going to work out at City Hall Plaza?
Thank you, Upendraji. That's a very good question, and we always, get this question from many of the
Sure.
the audience that come over there. This time, the place being the City Hall Plaza, such a wonderful place, open to all around it, and it is the most easily accessible place.
So give us an example.
So
like how.
there is a tea station right at the plaza itself. It just opens up to the plaza, and then if you are driving, there is a car.
And the
there
tea
is a street
station is
parking.
called what? What is the name of the tea station?
Government Center.
Government Center.
The Government Center tea station just opens right over there. Just walk out, and you have the function. You have the event going over there. And if you are driving, this is a Sunday, and there's a lot of street parking. And we also partner with one of the garages nearby for a very special event event parking. And we will share all the details on our website. And also, being a Sunday, there are a lot of garages with special parking prices.
Sure.
Probably prices vary from $10 to $15 versus
For the whole day.
whole day,
Yeah, sure.
compared to $30, $40, $50 any other normal working day.
Sure.
So you are easy accessible to all around it, and it's a whole day event, and there's a lot of activities, not just only on the plaza but around it. So it's going to be a wonderful day for the whole family, whole day.
Okay. Aditi, if you can talk a little bit about if I'm coming to to attend the India Day, what should I expect there? What is going to happen there?
We really wanted the day to be structured very much like a mela. So it is intended to be a day-long mela showcasing a variety of activities, all Indian, right? So the event starts at 11:30 and it kicks off with meditation and yoga. And we've partnered with folks from the Brahma Kumaris as well as with Dhanashri Ramachandran for meditation.
Art of living.
So they will be kicking off the day with meditation and yoga. That will then be followed by some good old down the memory memory lane field games. We always come into these events to watch cultural performances, right? And yes, that is a quintessential part of the event. It will continue to happen.
So you will have the major.
We will have that as a later segment, and
sure.
I'll come to it. But what we wanted to also really do is take a trip down memory lane and really play some good old games like lemon and spoon race, or three-legged sack race, or just good old musical chairs. So there is an open field area in the City Hall Plaza. So City Hall Plaza is made up of different components.
Yes.
And that's where we'll have some really fun games for all ages. These are meant to be from the youngest of the youngest to the oldest of the oldest, that they can participate in good spirit in these games. There is no performance, entry, what have you. It's on the spot, whoever is there. So that will go on from 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock in the afternoon. At 3 o'clock, we will kick off with live dole, tasha and lejim performance, which has never really happened. And so that will happen right there, again in City Hall Plaza, as a procession going from the field area to the stage of the City Hall.
As procession there as
yes,
well. Okay.
In the City Hall Plaza itself, which will then kick off the cultural segment. We have approximately 20 performances, about 18 to 20 performances lined up during the cultural segment. There is going to be a surprise performance somewhere in there, and I'll just leave it at that. And then the cultural segment will end with, again, a live dole Boston Bhangra performance at the very end. So that will happen somewhere around 7 p.m. The event basically will go on from 11:30 in the morning to 7 p.m. in the evening.
Okay. Sanjay, if you can talk a little bit about the vendors. So like, for example, at Hat Sale, we knew the structure. We just go around and then you know where the vendors are. How this is going to, first, what is the response of the vendors?
We are very, very thankful for all our vendors and sponsors. We have got a overwhelming response from all corners of the vendor community in the area, from henna artists to major corporations to community services. Many of them are going to participating there. We have a huge number of vendor booths, and they are going to be ready by 11 o'clock and going all the way till 7:30. So for everybody, there is a whole lot of things to explore, and it's a great opportunity. And again, we thank all the supporters. And how they will be
structured there? There is you have some sort of
yes. So in the City Hall Plaza, right in the middle of the right in front of the T station, we have cut out a special area for vendor booths. And that's where all of them are going to be set up. And unlike in the hash shell, we do have tents. So in the hash shell, it was we didn't have any of these things, open space. During day when it's hot, it was a little bit of an inconvenience for some areas and things like that. Here, everybody is going to be under the roof, and given that it's a whole day.
So how many tents you have and how?
So currently about 40, I would say, tents.
40 tents.
40 tents, 40 vendors, plus additional ones with other services. So there are going to be plenty of vendors to explore all kinds of things. And in addition to that, we also have a partner with our One More Cuisine, our longtime partner for our food, for catering the food for the whole day. And they are coming up with the varieties of very specially selected menu for this event, starting from Jalebi Junction to
Hyderabadi bowl to street food to sugarcane juice. They will have about 9 tents of their own, in addition to the 40
which they always
tents.
do, right?
Which they always do, but this time we are doing it even more bigger and better with the kind of carefully planning everything from the menu to how to do these things. And again, this is a whole day event. They're going to be there from 10:30, 11 o'clock, ready to serve, and most of the food are fresh, made on the spot too.
Excellent.
So it's going to be amazing experience. Again, not just only for the usual, usually some of us who go there to the India event, this is open for anybody to experience food, Indian culture, heritage, everything related to India.
Okay.
So,
one more logistical question for both of you is when you have so many people and you went on such a large scale, the one logistical issue comes into play is the restrooms. And City Hall, I'm not very familiar with how, Hatzel, of course, knew. So you have figured those things out?
We have actually arranged 4 restrooms as well. There will be 15 restrooms on site. That we have already organized and will be there for everybody's benefit.
So there will be outdoor restrooms?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
We have worked, as you can hear from Sanjay there, this has been a mammoth effort, but I also would like to take the opportunity to really thank the city of Boston. since the day one, since we decided to move to the City Hall Plaza, it's been several months now, we have worked very closely with the Mayor's Office, the Inspectional Services Division, the Boston Fire Division, and every other permit that you could think of in the city. And they have been nothing but helpful to walk us through this process, to help us make sure that this is going to be a smooth event. They're doing dry runs with us as we go through it. So we couldn't have done this without their help, so I do want to
So they must be also very excited.
They are. This is the first time an
Absolutely.
Indian celebration is going to happen at the City Hall Plaza, so they're very excited.
And also would like to add we have received an overwhelming response from a lot of volunteers to help out on the day of the event, and everyone in the IAGB team is so excited and put a lot of effort probably for the last few months, working day and night over the weekends. So this is their kind of second job for the, I would say for the last few months. And thanks to everybody who's part of this, the mammoth effort.
Is Mayor coming or?
We don't know yet for sure,
Okay.
but we've certainly extended
Yeah,
that
of course,
invitation.
invited.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So what is? I'm going to walk away from the City Hall Plaza of India Day.
I hope that you walk away with your heart full of pride when you look at the community that we have become. I mean, you've been here a lot longer than I have been, but I have been involved with IAGB since 2004. And I've seen our community come and celebrate, then we've kind of gone, individual groups. But when you look at whether, I'm from Maharashtra and you're from Karnataka and you're from wherever else, when we come together as an Indian diaspora, like very similar other cultures that are in the melting pot of Boston, this is our opportunity to, showcase what India is all about, what we're all about as an Indian American community, and to hold our heads high with pride right in the heart of Boston.
In addition to celebrating within our community with pride, we're also bringing it to the mainstream with everybody in Boston and around and the whole New England area. It's a great place, a great day to celebrate this amazing celebration, Indian Independence Day, with everybody in the area.
In the community.
Okay. Now, before I let you guys go, one question I will definitely ask you and wanted to ask you is that when your team took over last year as the executive committee and you as the president, there was a complete generational shift in the leadership of the organization, and how that has played out.
I think it's worked well. I mean, we've certainly, come together as a team that has bonded together for the greater good, I would say. We are obviously looking at different innovative ways of moving forward. You'd notice that several things that we actually did for even India Day was based on crowdsourcing, right? So I think what has helped us, the new ideas of kind of moving forward, we hope that the future ECs that come in will take the torch even forward than this, because the times are changing and they're changing rather dynamically, so we have to always stay ahead of that innovation curve if the organization is to thrive and grow.
Now, one more thing I would also like to add is that we have seeded many initiatives, and some of them are long-term, make sure that we as an organization growing and also kind of inclusive and bringing everybody together. So hopefully over a period of time all these new initiatives will bring fruition, and we ourselves become a stronger presence in every aspect of community in the area.
Yeah.
Now, I'm coming back to again India Day. Is there on IAGB's agenda for next year or in the next 3-4 years to really have some sort of a procession on India Day like the way we have seen in many other cities?
I mean, we've talked about it. There's logistical issues with that too, so maybe that's something we explore in the future years. This was a first step even in that direction,
yes,
right?
right. That's what I was saying.
Now we know
Sure.
what we need to do to work with the city. So we'll explore. I mean, there's a lot more to come, as Sanjay said.
Yep.
The initiatives that we've started this year, beyond just the cultural platform, right? They're just being seeded right now. These things don't turn up overnight. But then again, we've done a lot of different things, whether it's for the youth, whether it's for the senior community, already through the course of this year. And we hope that we can continue to grow that even more in the years to come.
Sanjay, how many roughly vendors are coming? Any idea, or you don't know yet?
How
many vendors?
How many vendors are going to be? Around 40 to 45, I would
45,
say.
okay.
Again, they are from all corners, from community services to corporate sponsors to henna, and it's like a whole day,
Sure.
entertainment to information to everything included, and it's going to be amazing.
Okay, your last word on India Day.
It's a amazing it's amazing day for celebrating India Day with everyone from your family. You know, bring your family, friends, neighbors, and everybody. It's a great place spending the whole day with everybody and making new friends. And looking forward to see you all on August 19th at City Hall Plaza.
Aditi, what about your last word?
I just say, come one, come all, bring your neighbors. Come really enjoy the spirit of Indian Americanness, I'm gonna say, in the heart of the city. You won't be disappointed.
Okay, now my last question, and this is really the last question. At Hatch Cell, there were issues with security check and all this stuff. What is the situation with that at the City Hall Plaza?
Like with any public event, there will be security,
Okay.
and we're working through that. We expect that there will be adequate level of security. The City Hall Plaza knows and understands that. From a vendor standpoint, we'll communicate the logistics to them. For the average, end user, if you will, coming in, it really shouldn't impact them any differently.
So what about the attendees? For example, like, Hassel, you come, they'll put a stamp or band or something.
You don't have to do any
We
of
don't
that
have-
because
we don't
we're
have to do
so
anything.
open that you can really come into the City Hall Plaza from many different areas.
So that place being such a lovely and hangout place for everybody, especially in the weekends, right? And we added to all the Boston City Hall Plaza security requirements, work with the fire department, work with the police department, and it's easy to kind of walk in and walk out for everybody, not just for only us. So there's a lot of foot traffic, and just
Sure.
come in, explore, enjoy.
So if you have a setup plan for 20 tents, even if it rains, so what, right? It's still the...
We hope so, but we don't want that to
Oh, no,
happen.
I'm
but
just
yeah.
asking that, because tent will
The
provide...
the vendors will have tents, so we have about 40 tents for the vendors,
For the vendors.
and there are food tents. However, and for that matter, the performance is on the stage, which also has a covered roof.
Okay.
However, the people out there are going to be in the open, and that's the whole intent of the event. So, needless to say, we just are praying for a very nice, breezy 70
Okay,
degree
and all the
weather.
best with it. I mean, I'm going to pray to the rain god to
Yes.
stop that day at least.
Yes.
Okay?
All right.
Sanjay, thank you very much
Thank
for
you so much,
coming.
Padmanabhi,
Thank
for the
you so much
opportunity.
for